What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Rec Talk. And that's right, I'm driving a Lincoln today. I was driving a Lincoln way before I started recording videos in one. Let's set up a brand deal. Get rid of Matthew McConaughey. Anyways, today, I'm upset. And I honestly didn't know about this until Uncle Lou texted me and was basically like, what is up with this? Defend this. I can't defend it! It's dumb! So if you don't know, Georgia Tech, their Twitter football account posted pictures of commemorative rings. They look like championship rings. They have like diamonds in them. It's titled Summer Ice. And it's got like 4 or 5 pictures of these 2024 team rings. And they are for the team. So on one side, it says 5-0 for they were undefeated at home and they won 5 home games. This is nothing to make a ring for, but that's the least egregious thing on the rings. On the inside of the ring, it's got FSU and Miami and the scores of those games where we beat them. Newsflash, Georgia Tech! Georgia Tech beating Florida State and Miami is nothing special for us. I can't even talk hardly. That's nothing special for us. We do it all the time. The worst offender is on the other side of the ring. It's got Key. So I don't know why you have the head coach's name on the ring. HC, in case you're too dumb to know what position Brent Key holds at Georgia Tech, and Birmingham Bowl. Georgia Tech made rings with a bowl on it. They lost to Vanderbilt. You know how they have Rorschach? I think they're called Rorschach tests, like in psychology, and they're supposed to tell you something about yourself depending on what you see in the ink blot. They should use this Twitter post to test for mental deficiencies. So you show it to someone, you say, hey, do you think this is a good idea? And if they say, yeah, you put them on the short bus on the way out. This is the definition of a participation trophy. It is a participation ring. Can you imagine if I invited someone over to my place and I have this certificate on it that says like CPR? And they're like, oh, you got your CPR certification? I'm like, no, I went over there, but I failed it. I didn't get the certification. But I printed out a certificate that says I didn't get the certification. That's how dumb this is. That's how dumb this is. It's an awful look. What are you doing? Rings are for 2 things. Conference championships, so SEC, ACC, Big Ten, whatever, conference championships, and national championships. That's what rings are for. Same in the NFL. AFC, NFC championship ring, Super Bowl ring. If your team is composed of people that are soft to the point that they need this, or if you have people involved with your program that are so dumb they think this is a good idea, they need to be gone immediately. I don't know why Brent Key isn't curb stomping whose ever idea this was until they delete this post. I mean, if you probably no Georgia Tech players watch this. If you get this, you should slap whoever gives this to you and just be like, I don't want this. I want to earn a ring. What are you doing? Now, Uncle Lou did at me and post this on Twitter. And then, like clockwork, the few fan bases that I can dunk on come out of the woodwork. So yeah, I've admitted this is objectively stupid on a whole other level. But here's the thing. North Carolina fan comes out, calls us a poverty program. This is what poverty programs do. Let me tell you what poverty is. Not winning your conference since 1980. hiring the worst Georgia Tech head coach in history and probably the worst head coach in college football history as your DC to insta-retire an ailing, way past his prime, Mac Brown. Poverty program is being relevant only because your head coach cares more about being pussy whipped by some crazy lady whose mom owns a sex museum than college football or your team. So, and also you're 0-4 against us. So North Carolina, when you either win the ACC or beat Georgia Tech, then you can say something to me. Then you have my permission to comment. Florida State fan comes out. Oh, they've been in their hole. They've been in their shame hole. They saw this post and came back out. What are they like? Over the past decade, they've won like 2 games. I don't remember the stat. Florida State can't beat us to save their lives. As bad as Jeff Collins was, he never lost or he never won 2 games. He was never that bad. Congratulations, Florida State. Your head coach is. And by the way, you also made a bunch of rings to commemorate almost. And that's another thing. Going back to the Tech fan base. If almost, I'm tired of hearing about almost. I'm tired of hearing about the Georgia game and, oh, we played them close. We almost won. Well, if almost is good enough for you, take up horseshoes or go on the hub and watch Ruin Orgasm videos. If almost is what your goal is. F that. Screw that. Screw playing someone close when you could have won the son of a bitch. I'm not messing around today. Speaking of messing around, old Miami fans started commenting on that tweet. And one guy commented, I'm so glad, we don't have to play Georgia Tech this year. Which is kind of saying the quiet part out loud. You want to know why? Because they can't beat Georgia Tech. They've won 2 of the last 6 against Georgia Tech. North Carolina has won 1 of the last 7. Georgia Tech owns the all-time record against both of those schools. So for both Miami and North Carolina, you shut your suck hole till you can beat Georgia Tech. And by the way, Miami never won the conference. At least, North Carolina managed to win the ACC when Carter Reagan was the president. You can't even do that. You can't even beat Georgia Tech, Miami, when you have the number 1 overall pick playing the most important position on the field. All these guys that are calling Tech a poverty program can't beat Georgia Tech. Not interesting. Isn't that interesting? But anyways, these rings are stupid. Now, and I'm not excusing Georgia Tech at all. I'm including Georgia Tech in this next rant. But there's an epidemic in college football of dumb things like this. It's not just Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech just decided to take stupid pills and join the dumb party, win dumb prizes. I think it's now commonplace that they make rings just for bowl games. If you win your bowl game, Tech is in a league of their own stupidity with making rings that have a bowl on it they lost. I mean, my God. But this is becoming commonplace. It's becoming commonplace. College football is becoming more and more about give me a participation trophy and pay me. And I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'd be interested to know, Joe Gilbert, who's been on the channel, what do you think about this? You're an ACC champion? You have an ACC championship ring? Do you think this is dumb too? There's a North Carolina guy behind me right now. They know I'm talking about him. He has a North Carolina plate on his front. But anyways, this is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for Georgia Tech. I'm embarrassed that a team that is supposed to be some academic juggernaut can't figure out that this is straight Stupidville. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and y'all have a good one.